Hello everyone, welcome back for another quick learning. Today we're going back to CodeSignal to work on the database SQL coding exercises. If you're joining this in the middle of the playlist and want to start from the beginning, I'll put a link in the description below so you can start from the first video. Otherwise I'm going to get started. I'm going to the arcade and then databases. And then I'm going to the section we were on, which is selecting what to select here. Number 63, dancing competition. So during the dance contest, each judge evaluates the dancer's performance based on 3 criteria, using a score from 1 to 10 for each of the criteria. You're given a table of the scores awarded to a specific dancer by each judge. Recently, the dance contest made the decision to drop scores awarded by a certain judge. That judge gave an extreme, either minimum or maximum score for at least 2 criteria. For example, if the judge awarded one of the minimum scores for musicality, there may be similar scores for musicality, but there may not be smaller scores for that criterion. And one of the maximum scores for floor craft, all 3 of the scores given by that judge should not be taken into account. Return a table that consists of only the scores that should be considered after this filtering, sorted by arbiter ID. So the scores table has the arbiter ID, first criterion, second criterion, and third criterion, and it looks like this. So a score from 1 to 10 for each arbiter on the 3 different criteria. And basically what they want is they want it to narrow it down to only the judges' scores where they don't have a max or min score in 2 of the criteria. So the first one is eliminated because you can see in the second and third criteria they have the max score in both of those. Number 4 is eliminated because it has a minimum score in the first criterion and number 4 is actually left in, sorry. Number 5 was eliminated because it has a minimum score in the first criterion, also the second criterion, and even the third criterion. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the code. Let's expand this a little bit here. Alright, so we're just going to pull the arbiter ID, first criterion, second criterion, third criterion from the scores table. And then we're going to cross join that with a self join, and we're going to do that by looking at the max for all of the criterion and the mins for all the criterion. So on each row here, so if you look at this table here, there's going to be attached to that the min and max for each criterion. And then we're going to filter that in the where clause if. So we're looking at the first criterion, if it equals the max 1, so this one here, or if the first criterion equals the min 1, then we're going to give it a 1, otherwise we're going to give it a 0. And we do that for the second criterion and the third criterion as well. And then if this total here, so once you add them all up, if that is less than 2, we're going to keep it, otherwise we're going to get rid of it because they put an extreme score on at least 2 of the criterion. And then we just have to order that by arbiter ID. Alright, so if we run that test, you'll see that that works. And so that's how you can do it. Hope you guys were able to follow along with that. So we're doing this cross join just so we can have the data on min and max on all the different rows, so it's easy to do the comparison. And then we just set up these if statements to mark which ones of them have an extreme score on the first, second, or third criterion, and then this tells us whether they had it on less than 2, which are the ones that we will keep. Alright, hope you guys join me for future videos, and thank you very much.